Hoo-ha! The news be popping today, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about it. Brutal Realm. Ever heard of them? Well, you're about to. Jason Statham style. You don't know me, but you're about to. There's going to be a Kickstarter kickstarting very soon with this company, Brutal Realm. Well, this is the name of the toy line. I don't know what the actual company name is, but you can check out Brutal Realm on Instagram because they're showing off some of their early release concept images of what this line is going to be. And it's basically all Frank Frazetta? Is that the name of the artist? You know, sword and sorcery, high fantasy type stuff. And high fantasy is the thing du jour. Wow, words are failing me right now. Thank goodness I've got some pretty pictures. But that's what we're talking about. We're talking about barbarians, warlords, monsters, all that kind of good stuff that we love to put on our shelves. So we just got these most recent images of their big barbarian dude, cool badass swappable skull head. It's still a case of them showing what is in the works and what's coming. I don't think the Kickstarter's kickstarted yet, but just as a little taste, a little soupçon, if you will, of what's just around the corner, this could be a fun little line to watch. It's the era of Kickstarters right now. Everyone's got a Kickstarter going on. Except Muggins over here. I'm too busy talking about toys. Don't got time to make them. But Brutal Realm do, and by the looks of things, they might be making some fun ones. Figma are releasing a Zelda Tears of the Kingdom figure, and oh my giddy lord, this thing looks absolutely beautiful. Just look at the pictures, man. They speak for themselves. I can provide a nice little bit of commentary over them, but I don't have to, because just, you can see this Link, I was about to say Zelda. Not Zelda. Zelda's the name of the princess. Link is the name of the little elf dude. I learnt that eventually. So yeah, it looks stunning. All the accessories, man. The glider, the weapons, the shield, the rocket. Oh, I really dig it. I've got Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't play that much of it, to be honest, because it was just too much for me. With my ADHD type brain, I need to be focused more. And the whole building mechanic, I understand that people could get so into it and love it so much. For me, not so much. I need a more direct kind of game to play. You know what I'm talking about? I think some of you probably do. You might be afflicted with the same kind of noggin things that I have. Nonetheless, though, I got a lot of love for the franchise, and this figure alone looks beautiful, considering that Figma have also done an incredible Samus from Metroid as well. Oh, man, they're killing it with the Nintendo franchises. They really are. Pre-orders may be up and about for the Jada Toys M. Bison and Dalsim figures, but you know what? We're already getting reviews of them. Toy Migos has a review of M. Bison, so I highly recommend you go and check them out. And I got to say, it looks real nice. It looks real nice. So excited for that. But also, not to be left out, SH Figure Arts are re-releasing zhuzhed up versions of their Street Fighter figures, and they're dropping in Japan right now. And whew, I saw them on display, and they do look gorgeous. I mean, Jada are great, but these are just like, they're that little next level above. But you know what? I'm not going to get into them. They're too expensive, and also, they ain't gonna do the whole line. That's the one great thing we know about Jada. We're getting the full Street Fighter 2 lineup. That's awesome, but still, it's nice to look at how pretty the SH Figure Arts ones do look, because the details, the textures and stuff on Ken, he looks gorgeous. Chun-Li, the same. So you can go more high-end if you want to with those, but if you want the whole set, it seems like Jada's the pony to back. And honestly, I'm so excited to see the rest of the wave come out, because all they do is win, win, win no matter what. Gotta love Jada. They're still killing it. Storm have shown a preview image of Gwyneth, I assume that's how you pronounce his name, from King of Fighters 98. Not King of the Fighters. Actually got it right that time. Don't go jumping on your keyboards. King of Fighters. Boy, when I said King of the Fighters, whew, y'all didn't let me get away with that. And rightly so too. I gotta be held accountable for my BS. But yeah, this figure's gonna be coming out, well, probably in about a year's time. You know how long the lead-in time takes for Storm Collectibles figures. Hopefully we'll have some more images of this guy soon. McFarlane Toys are doing a store-exclusive Prestige Arkham Knight suit. Looks kind of pretty. Gonna be $22.99, a reasonable price, and available in April, so pretty soon. actually. I think this is just the normal basic Arkham Knight figure that we've had before, but with a slightly different color scheme. But if you're a Batman completionist, you might want to get your hands on this one. Then again, Lord help ya if you're a McFarlane Batman completionist. That's going to run you out of house and home very quickly. He does like putting out his Dark Knights. This particular costume, I was never a big fan of the Arkham style costume because I felt it was a bit too busy. It almost felt like an Iron Man suit. He had so many pads and bits of armor and pieces, and I prefer more of an au naturel type Batman. Not quite Adam West spandex, but sort of that sweet spot. You know the one I'm talking about. Still, this is a good looking action figure. McFarlane Toys have also shown off an image of their Music Maniacs new figure, that being Alice Cooper, one of my all-time favourite musicians. I must have seen Alice Cooper, more than a handful of times. He played the UK a lot. I think it's kind of like his second home. Got some very fond memories of going to concerts with my mum. Good times in the 90s and the early 2000s. So still, I'm reminiscing about stuff. You weren't there. This doesn't hold any weight to you. But this figure, it's got a little bit more articulation than the old 90s movie Maniacs, but not as much as regular ones. So these movie Maniacs, they're like a little bit what they call limited articulation. So not quite like the posable statue type thing that McFarlane used to do, but not as articulatable, if that's a word, as your DC Multiverse line. Super 7 have put out a couple of teasers of a reaction line of Mirage-style Ninja Turtles. There you go, got the right words in the right order. So we're talking the OG-looking first sketch original comic book type Ninja Turtles in the reaction sort of style, which is the much more basic 3.75-inch cardback type figures, which honestly, with the more basic Turtles design, might kind of lend themselves to that more basic style. These could be kind of fun. Holy cheese and crackers, let me read off the name of this guy. Joy-Toy Warhammer 40k Sons of Horus War Master Horus Primarch of the XV1, that's 16. 16th Legion, 1/18th scale figure. Wow, I don't normally comment on the Joy-Toy Warhammer figures too much because there's so many of them, but this one just kind of jumped out at me because the detail is pretty amazing on this thing. Being 1/18th scale, it never sort of catches my attention too much, but then again, the Space Marines are so huge, like in canon, that they're only slightly smaller than your average 1/12 figure. Like, they kind of have to make them at this scale, because if they were 1/12, it would be crazy. I mean, McFarlane make 1/12 scale Space Marines, and they are huge, big, chonky boys. And with the amount of detail that Joy-Toy put onto these, doing that at 1/12 scale, it would start to get very expensive. But looking at this, I just wanted to show it off because, man, that's one thing that's amazing with Warhammer. I love the designs because they're so kind of pretty with how much detail there is, but then they're also so gnarly and gross and visceral as well. That's a winning combination. And this guy, he looks pretty awesome. Available to order on Friday the 22nd, Mattel Creations are doing an exclusive Return of CM Punk figure with some lovely cloth goods as well. He's got a t-shirt, he's wearing his jeans. This was his look for his return promo when he came back to the WWE after some stuff happened. Let's not go into it now. And it looks like a decent looking figure. It was kind of nice knowing that you would be getting more classic Mattel CM Punk figures now that he was back in good graces with WWE. I hope that the figure holds together better than the man himself. I know that was a cheap shot, but come on. I'm a cheap human being. I wish you nothing but the best, CM Punk. I just hope that your body can stand up to the rigors of pro wrestling, because Lord knows it's a harsh mistress. I found that out myself. That's why I retired many, many years ago, because I enjoy having 2 working knees and a good back. So, God bless you when you're getting back in the ring, sir. Fingers crossed you do all right. Also available from Mattel Creations, a day before CM Punk, available on the 21st, Skyclone from their Masters of the Universe line, the more vintage, classic-looking action figures. I don't normally shout out these ones too much, but I just wanted to mention Skyclone because that is some hardcore childhood nostalgia right there. I remember thinking that character, that look, that figure was so cool when I was a child because he just looked so futuristic and wicked, and I instantly cottoned onto him. He was one of my favorites. Him and Manny Faces, those two together, man, that was a heck of a Masters of the Universe tag team. Shouldn't have played with them in the sandpit though. That kind of messed up some of their joints. But hey, you know, Young Dave had to find out the hard way, but you don't have to. You can go over and get a brand spanking new one from Mattel Creations on the 21st. The G.I. Joe team from Hasbro have given a little hint as to what figures we can look forward to coming out very soon. And when I say a little hint, they pretty much outright said Blowtorch and Road Pig. I love how deep and obscure they're going into the G.I. Joe line. It's great. The demand is there from the audience. People are buying all these figures, and you know one of the reasons why they're doing it? Because each one of them is so good. You get your money's worth with the G.I. Joe figures. I was never a big fan as a kid, so I didn't have that nostalgic connection, which is lucky, because I probably would have wanted to buy all of them. So there you go. There's 2 more you can look forward to, hopefully being revealed pretty soon. What did I say? Blowtorch and Road Pig. You guarantee those are going to be fun. Marvel Studios have confirmed that they are about to start work on a Nova movie, which is kind of cool because we had the Nova Corps feature in the Guardians of the Galaxy, but eventually they were jobbed out to, was it Thanos or Ronan? It was Thanos, wasn't it, I think? So the Nova Corps are kind of no more. It's the Nova Corps. Am I right? Yeah, that was terrible. But Richard Rider, if that's the Nova they're going to go with, he deserves some real spotlight in the MCU. So no other word as to what this is going to look like, or how it's going to take shape. Kind of like the Teen Titans that I spoke about. They've just announced it. But already, that's enough to make me kind of happy. A trailer is out for Suicide Squad Isekai, which is being made by some really famous and prolific names in Japanese anime and animation, such as insert name of person here. I don't know, I'm not an anime person. But I can tell you that they're big cheeses in the anime field. They are grand fromages. And honestly, looking at the trailer, the work speaks for itself. So when this drops, I think I might have to dip my toe into the animated DC zone, because I do like pretty animation, and this looks very, very pretty. I think Suicide Squad, they've had kind of a bad rap over the last couple of months with their slightly less than successful video game outing. But you know what? Warner Brothers, they always tend to kill it with their animated features. And this one, with the animated Japanese flair, yeah, this one might be a winner. Over in movie news, Warner Brothers have confirmed that they are moving ahead with a Teen Titans movie. This is kind of cool. I've always got a little connection in my heart with Teen Titans. I always really enjoyed the original cartoon series, like the crazy anime sort of one. That was good fun. And then, of course, Titans was it on Netflix? Where Robin's like, screw Batman. And of course, he didn't say screw Batman. He said a naughty word, which I'm not going to repeat on Model Behaviour, because this is a family show, except for when I do Cosplay Corner, and then it gets a little bit less family friendly. But hey, what can I say? You got to get those clicks in the thumbnail. Am I right or am I right? But yeah, a Teen Titans cinematic movie. Yeah, I'd be down for that, but James Gunn's got his work cut out for him. We're going to get Superman Legacy first, and then it's all going to move on from there. So fingers crossed, it's going to be a fun ride. June 4th, we'll see the premiere of Star Wars The Acolyte on Disney+. And we got a nice little poster to get us excited. And by the time this video drops, we probably would have had the trailer as well. But right now, we've only got one image to go on, but it looks like a pretty visceral image with the red lightsaber with what looks like blood. You can only assume making the image of the sword. It's kind of cool. I dig it. But by the sounds of things, the Acolyte is going to be much more in line with the more mature, focused type Star Wars stories. I'm down with that. It's safe to say, and I think quite fair, that the Disney Plus shows have been a mixed bag. I think is not unreasonable an assessment to make. But I've got my fingers crossed for this. Disney, hey look, you got my subscription for the animated X-Men. X-Men 97, that's got a month's worth of Dave's Model Behaviour subscription. And if the Acolyte lives up to our hopes and expectations, you might keep me on the hook a bit longer. If you're going to go to the cinema to watch Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, then you might want to pick yourself up a little Ghost Trap popcorn box. That's not an easy combination of words to say. Ghost Trap popcorn box. So obviously Dune 2 kind of set the standard with their popcorn box. The less said about that, the better. Great marketing campaign though. I mean, they knew exactly what they were doing. But now you can get something a bit more wholesome. You can get the ghost catcher from Ghostbusters to eat your popcorn in. Honestly, I'm such a big Ghostbusters fan. Cannot wait for Frozen Empire. Bring it on. I don't think we're going to get those buckets here in Japan, but it doesn't matter. I'll get the classic one with the little salt and sweet combination that I like so much, and honestly, it's going to be a good time. Marvel is gearing up for the summer of Spider-Man. I'm so here for it, baby. The Great Web is expanding. This week, we're getting the first issue, which is like a primer of what's to come in the Spider-Man universe. And basically, if there's a Spider character that you're a fan of, chances are you're going to be seeing them. Of course, my boy Ben Reilly is being featured again. And look, you know me, I've accepted. Chasm is what it is. Let's go forward. So we're getting Chasm. We're getting the return of Kane as the Scarlet Spider. Spider-Man 2099. Oh my goodness. It's an exciting time to be a Spider-Man fan. Couple that with the fact that we've still got the ongoing Superior Spider-Man miniseries, which I'm loving every issue of. I gotta say, there's a lot of stuff for Spider-Man that I'm very, very happy about. The whole Zeb Wells main story actually ain't that great. I'm still not a fan of that. But some of the side projects, they're providing me the fix that I need. A trailer has just dropped for a video game called Into the Dead: Our Darkest Days, and this looks really cool. So it's a 2D side-scrolling zombie survival game. So we've had a bajillion different zombie survival games. Most notably, of course, you got like your Resident Evils and your The Last of Us's, and this looks very Last of Us. But I don't think they've really done anything like this in a 2D kind of perspective before, and I love my 2D platformers. I'm getting a big bang of Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey from this as well. Everything I see, it just looks like, ooh, yeah, I could be down for this. So I'm going to keep a close eye on this game. And when it comes out, if the reviews check out, I might have to throw some money its way, because honestly, this looks really promising. A trailer is also out for Star Wars Outlaws. This is going to be a big one. Hopefully it lives up to the pretty heavy hype that it's going to be building up, because this is your full-on third-person character action Star Wars game. And honestly, I'm down for this. It looks like Star Wars Uncharted, with a bit of Tomb Raider thrown in there as well. It looks like they're ticking all the boxes for your classic kind of action adventure, with the lead protagonist with their big sort of sidekick, cute little animal. They're going through the entire Disney Marvel type checklist. But you know what? It works. And if they can pull this off, this could be a great fun deep dive into the Star Wars universe. I'm down for that. I still haven't played the most recent Jedi thingamabob game. I forget what it's even called. The Carl Kestis. You know what I'm talking about. Haven't played that, but that looks a bit Dark Souls-y for me. I want something a bit more adventure, action-adventure kind of thing. And this could be that. So honestly, this, again, like so many things, I'm allowing myself to get the hype built up. Hopefully it lives up to my admittedly high expectations. Well, hopefully later on this year, we're going to find out. I just wanted to share this with you. I was doing my rounds, doing a little toy hunt, and I came across all these multi-packs, the old Toy Biz multi-packs, and looking at them I just thought, man, it would be so much fun if Hasbro still did packs like these. I understand why they don't so much. It's not that practical, takes up a lot of space in stores, all that kind of thing. But gosh, if we just got like a Spider-Man Sinister Six pack, I love the way they're laid out. They're just so pretty, man. So pretty. Even with the Toy Biz sculpts, which in some cases, whew, they are not so pretty, my friend. They ain't so pretty. But seeing the action figures displayed in that beautiful window box, all in slightly kind of like animated action sort of poses together. Oh man, if you did an X-Men one, an Avengers one, all the core members of the teams. That would be so good. But in the meantime, it's fun to look back on what we had, over 20 years ago now. Over in Collector Corner, friend of the show, Brad, 3DLP, as he's known in the chats when I do the live streams, showed off his brand new Mattel Creations Eternia set. It's dropping all around the world right now. He got his, he's got it set up, and oh my goodness, this thing's huge. It's absolutely, honestly, it's too big. It's impractical. It's ridiculous. I kind of love it because I love that Mattel have no care or consideration for your space. They're like, no, we're going to make an Eternia playset and it's going to be huge. But the fact of the matter is, when it's fully decked out with all the different characters, it looks so awesome. I was surprised. I got to admit, I was surprised when this Kickstarter funded, because when I first saw it, I thought, I don't know. I'm not sure how big the demand's going to be. It was big. Yeah, it was a very high demand, and now I can see on the second-hand market already, whoo-ha, these things are expensive. So nice one, Brad. Good on you, man. The display looks awesome. Thanks for sharing the photos. Over on Artist Alley, we're going to take a little look at John Royal art. This gentleman right here. Sir, if you're watching, keep up the good work, because you just married that perfect combination of bright, colorful, and cartoony with dramatic kind of action that just works so well. Sometimes if you go a bit too far into the cartoony side, it's difficult to feel any kind of like attachment to the characters. It just feels a bit too silly. Whereas with this, you've just got that sweet spot right there. And speaking of sweet spots, I like a bit of dessert every now and then. You know what my favorite dessert is? Little bit of cheesecake, and that's what's being provided with this artwork here as well. So quite frankly, I'm a big fan, and you should be too. So go check him out on Instagram. The dude's doing awesome work. Over in Custom Corner, huge shout out to friend of the show, Symbiote Seeker. I've featured this gentleman a couple of times, and I'm actually going to do a full video on him because he just blows me out of the water. Every single time I see a new post from him, I get a little bit giddy because I'm like, oh, what have you done now, you crazy lunatic? So much fun. As the name suggests, generally focused on symbiote type characters, but not exclusively. But most of them are in the Spider-Man wheelhouse, which just makes me so happy. And he's done characters that I adore, like your Scarlet Spiders, like your 90s Kane. He's recently done a line of kind of like more stocky, chunky looking Spider-Man characters. That's a really fun kind of approach to take with some of them. But then some of his older stuff, his old school symbiotes, the first one that caught my eye was Absolute Carnage, which just looked incredible. His paintwork is second to none, man. He's got a separate YouTube as well, so you can check out full videos on the making and creation of the different characters. But generally, just go give him a like, share, and follow, because the dude is like, he is an artist at what he does. That's why I'm going to do a full video about him at some point. Not today, though. I'm really busy. But in the meantime, go take a look. Over in Cosplay Corner, Hanemi Cosplay. Absolutely just killing it. I mean, so pretty, ridiculously so. I almost feel bad to be standing here next to those images because I'm kind of detracting from what's really, really pretty by having my big old mug on the screen. But you know what? You gotta put up with it. It's my channel. But while you're looking at what she's doing, let me tell you about our sponsor, Into the AM, who have adorned my body with this beautiful t-shirt, no cosplay required. And they can adorn your body with beautiful t-shirts too. By clicking the link in the description below, you get 10% off your order, including the offers they're already doing, like bundles of 3 shirts for $60, and considering the quality that these things are made of, that's worth every penny, baby. And not only that, because I want to give you a little extra incentive, if you purchase anything from them, send me a copy of the proof of purchase and I will hand draw you a little picture and post it off in the mail just to say thanks. And that's not me being like, I am going to bestow you this greatness. No, I suck at art. And you'll know that when you receive your picture. But it's just a way of saying thank you and giving a little something, something back. So yeah, thank you very much for checking out the sponsor. And thank you very much, our cosplay artist of the day, because dang it, Hanemi, you're just kind of killing it. You're making me feel ugly standing here next to that. How's a guy supposed to compete? And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below, let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. That really helps out the channel. If you could give the old thumbs up, I'd be very, very grateful. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the channel, just like the amazing people whose names are scrolling up along the side of me right now, I probably did that on the wrong side, whichever side they're on. These guys, you know who they are? They're YouTube channel members. They toss a couple of bucks my way, and that helps keep the lights on and keep me making videos. And when I do live streams, you can comment in the live stream chat, and you can go back into the archives and see the exclusive videos on there. It's a whole lot of model behavior you can get for the equivalent of buy me a pint, and I would appreciate it, because I'm feeling kind of thirsty. So gang, thank you so much for your support, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.